Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America. And guys, a top Democrat has stuck the knife in the back of his own party to defend President Donald Trump. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Representative Henry Cuellar has long been a thorn in the Democrat side. See, he is a Democrat. But he's a Democrat in a border city, in a border state. And he doesn't like the Democrats' immigration policy. He does, however, like the immigration policy of Donald Trump. And so you can imagine it was quite the shock to the Democrat establishment who helped put him in power. You know, Nancy Pelosi has campaigned for him, the former Speaker of the House. When he said, no, the Democrats are wrong to be going after Trump on these particular issues. And that he had Trump's back, that he was on Trump's side. This was during an interview with News Nation. Because this representative sees the damage being done firsthand. He sees it. He knows what's happening. And he doesn't want to hear Democrats in other states that don't have a stake in the game, that don't have any skin in the game, tell him what's happening in his communities. This is a Latino man, an American, a representative. For some reason, still a Democrat, which I don't know. I mean, he seems to align with Republicans on most issues. But I guess there's still a few major issues that he doesn't align with us on. And it probably comes into things like abortion and taxes and spending and things like that, which are important. But he's certainly not a Democrat like the Democrats today. He's more like an old school Democrat, like, somebody who's sane. I want you to listen to what he had to say here. And let me know what you think in the comments.
So the court said that the president could federalize the National Guard. Do you think he got this one right?
I think he did. Look, the thing is, if there was a peaceful protest, that would have been one thing. But the moment we start seeing images of cars being burned and violence and throwing of bricks, then it changes. And then that's why you start talking about bringing the National Guard in at that particular time. If those peaceful protests, which they have a right to do that, but those fires that I'm looking at your screen right now, when you see that, that's not good, and I believe that's why the National Guard came in at this time. Look, I'm for peaceful protest, but anytime you start throwing bricks and hammers and burning cars and turns criminal, then you're talking about something that's very different.
I just heard the vice president say that the soldiers and the Marines are still necessary. Are you there as well?
Well, again, it's one of those things, the people on the ground have to make that decision. Again, we're going to see something that's going to flare up. I don't know. But again, we got to keep the peace. If it's one of those situations that we're not going into a situation that turns violence, then I don't think we need them. But I think for a while they're going to be there till we see what sort of peaceful protests we have. And let me tell you, those fires, those scenes are perfect campaign ads for certain people in 2026. And you got to understand, for the president, by the Republicans, against Democrats. And look, for some of us, we've been insulated because we've been talking strong about border security. But for other folks, those type of are perfect ads that can be used against some of my colleagues, unfortunately.
So speaking of some of your